I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. I would also like to give a double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do rule well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect, unto the scattered elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, unto the true and sincere brothers that are out there prophesying and laboring in this truth and this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. Idol worship of false gods has always been Israel's downfall. All right, and truth be told, that's going to be Israel's downfall. 2/3 of Israel's downfall in these last days. All right, because they're going to bow down eventually to the ultimate idol, which is that MOTB, this system, the image of the beast. That's the idol that Esau's building up right now. Okay, but let me go to some scriptures and show you that idol worship of heathenistic idols and deities and false gods has always been Achilles' heel, a downfall of our people. All right, and the Lord has always warned us of idol worship, has warned us of following after false gods and deities. Okay, so let me start with Exodus 20. I was in Leviticus. Let me start with Exodus 20 because that's the first commandment. All right, no other gods before me, and I can see if Jake, we go down the list. Of course, it's 613 law, statutes, and commandments. But let's say Jake. Let's go down. Let me see. Say Jake issue was they didn't have no false gods, but we didn't keep the Sabbath holy, or we didn't we coveted after our neighbor's wife or coveted after our neighbor's goods. I wouldn't say we would be good, but we would be in a way better condition than we are now, because at least we would have our heritage. At least we would know the name of Yahawah, his son. But hey, Jake's main issue is they can't even keep the first commandment. All right, that's why the Lord got to make us perfect in the kingdom of heaven. We'll never go off. We'll be under the excuse me. We'll be under the new covenant. All right, we'll never sin. But let me read. Actually verse 2. I'm gonna read verse 2, 3, and 4. This is Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord Yahawah, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or a likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or in the water under the earth. All right, let me see something. I want to bring up Google. All right, because I want to make a point about when they left Egypt. Okay, and Moses was on Mount Sinai to receive the law from the Lord. What did Jake do? Jake, not even, I don't know how long it was, but they just got out of captivity. Okay, and they couldn't wait for Moses to come down from the mountain. And what are they doing? Making a goddamn golden calf out of gold and stuff they took from the Egyptians. All right, that's how simple Jake is. All right, let me before I get that point, I'm going to get Leviticus 26 real quick. 26 and 1. It reads, and ye shall make no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land and bow down to it, for I am the Lord Yahawah your power. Okay? So let me see. Excuse me. Let me go back to Exodus. Exodus, the 32nd chapter. I'm going to start at the top real quick. The golden calf. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down from the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Make us gods which shall go before us, for as for this Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives of your sons and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in the ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them in their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool, and he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. So they was going off right there, and that golden calf goes back to Apis. Let me see. Apis, deity. In ancient Egyptian religion, Apis or Hapis, alternatively spelled Hapayank, whatever, was a sacred bull or multiple sacred bull worship in Memphis region. All right, so they were going back to the gods which they were just left. The god of Apis, the bull. All right, that's what they made this golden calf out of. And Jake was always doing that. All right, for instance, when the Northern Kingdom came over here to the New World, the Americas, all right, so-called Americas, what did they wanted to do? They wanted to, let me grab it. Where is it? They wanted to keep their laws, which they never kept in their land. This is yeah, I'll start at 40. Though those are the 10 tribes which carried away prisoner out of the land of the time of Osea, the king of Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, so they came into another land. And they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. All right, so this is when the Northern Kingdom came over here to the Americas. But what did they do? They reverted back to their old wicked ways of worshiping idols. All right, what did they begin to build? Pyramids over there. It's pyramids over there down in Central, South, well, North, Central, and South America. It's pyramids all over this place. That's what Jake was doing, going back to the pyramids of the Egyptians. All right, erecting these different gods and idols of the Egyptians. All right, let me go back to this Apis. This is the Apis, Egyptian deity, sacred bull. Like the bull deities, Apis was probably the first fertility god concerned with the propagation of grain and herbs, and had become associated with Ptah, the paramount deity of Memphis area, and also with Osiris, gods of the dead of the underworld. And Apis Aptum was associated with the solar cult, of often represented the sun disk between his horns. So this was nothing. Them erecting this golden calf was nothing more than Jake going back to the wicked ways that they just left out of Egypt. Okay, after seeing the power of the Lord, all right, after witnessing the power of the Lord, all right, so you can understand our people are always into idols, all right, always into the idols of the heathens, all right, mainly a lot of these Hamite idols, okay, Philistine, Canaanite idols, all right. Let me grab this in Numbers 32, 33, and 50, 51. It says, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying to them, When thou art passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, they shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land and from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places. And ye shall dispose the inhabitants of the land and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. All right, so this is the Lord giving the law of possessing the land. So they haven't entered into the land of Canaan yet to inhabit it, but the Lord is basically set out the blueprint. Like when you go into the land, destroy all the images, destroy all their idols. Okay, it says plug down their high places, their what do they call them? Damn, what's the name of it? Like their groves, all those type of things, or any type of altars they have. Take all that shit down. Okay, and reading the book of when I first read the book of Joshua, I was thinking like, okay, the Lord, why did the Lord wipe out all these Canaanites? Okay, but the Lord kept, the Lord knew Jake was going to go off, so that's why He kept them Canaanites around to, so when Jake went off, these Canaanites would overtake Jake and rule over him, because Jake, they didn't go in the land and destroy all the idols. They kept some of them around. Okay, and Jake is doing the same thing today. Christianity got all type of idols in it. Of course, the Catholic Church got all type of idols. Islam got all type of idols and shit. That cobblestone, that's an idol. All right, and everything around us is attached. Everything that's not of this truth, that's of this world, is attached to an idol. Money is an idol. Okay, fame is an idol. Excuse me, it's a deity. These all these different things go back to a ancient god. All right, like Bacchus and Ishtar. All right, the god of fertility. All these gods go back to something. All right, and they have a spirit that's attached to them. And our people, they become engulfed with these different spirits, and you can't. They're not actually bowing down, all right, or prostrating themselves to the idol in a some type of synagogue or something, but they're giving their energy, they're giving their spirit to it. And all these idols and idol worship goes back to Satan. Okay, you got Jake, in a Christian church and the Catholic Church giving all their energy to Satan, pretty much, or idols. All right, like the Pope has that hat that's an idol that goes back to Dagon. All right, the fish god. All right, so Esau is not slick. All right, the we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Esau has incorporated and entwined in all these different religions and different left hand cultures and stuff that our people are into, different false idols that make our people go off. And Jake don't necessarily know that they're worshiping this idol, but they're giving their power and their energy to it. All right. Let me grab this in Baruch. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4. That's why the Lord continued to jack us up, man. All right. Like I said, I could see if it was, the majority that Jake just had a adultery problem or just eating abominations. All right. And like I said before, we wouldn't be good, but we wouldn't be this bad. All right. But going off worshiping idols, man, that makes the Most High pissed off. That's why the Most High, He turned His face from us for so long. All right, because that's all Jake knew, how to go off and worship idols. All right, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and 6. Ye were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked Him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not unto the Most High. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when I saw that the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion. The Most High have brought upon you great mourning. All right, so the point was really in, I just continue to read. The point was really in verse 6. All right, because verse 7, because you sacrifice unto devils. Okay, you giving your energy, your power unto these false idols, which can do nothing for you. Okay, which have done nothing for you. In the book of, let me see, in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, I think the 14th and 15th chapter, they just goes into this straight idol worship of Jake. All right, let me see. Mercy. Let me see. Yeah, this is, let me see. Let me just read this. Both of them that, verse 6, both of them that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things, and they are worthy to have such things to trust upon. For the potter tempting soft earth, fashioning every vessel with much labor for our service, yea, the same clay that he maketh both the vessel that serves us for clean use, and likewise also all such as serve to the contrary. But what is it? What is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge, and employing his laborers lewdly, he maketh a vain god of the same clay, even he which even he which a little before was made of earth himself, and within a little while after return of the same, out when his life which have lent him shall be demanded. So he's basically talking about the potter. Is basically using making a vessel, for good use, but these Jake was making it for wicked use, making it a vain god. Okay. So like I said, this whole chapter, the whole 2 chapters, I think, go into idol worship of Jake, and the Lord is, I mean, basically the Lord saying that these idols have no power. Okay, it means to be verse 16. For man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them, but no man can make a god like unto himself. For being mortal, he worketh a dead thing with wicked hands, and he himself is better than the thing which he worshiped, whereas he lived once, but they never. All right, saying you erected an idol with your hands, you're better than the damn idol. Okay, you lived once, but this thing never lived. All right, make me think of the story in the Apocrypha of Bel and the Dragon, how simple and wicked Jake was. Okay, um, let me grab this Psalms 96 real quick. Psalms 96 and 4. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised, the Lord Yahawah. He is to be feared above all gods, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahawah made the heavens. All right, the Most High, through his son Yahawashi, all right, the first spirit, he ever created, all right, made the heavens, made everything. Okay, the Lord has all the Lord Yahawah, all right, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, they possess the power. They're the true gods. Okay, that made everything. Okay, that are to be worshipped. All right. Let me grab this real quick. It was Micah 6:5. I'm sorry, 12. And I will cut out witchcraft out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. I will pluck up the groves out of the midst thereof. I will destroy thy cities. I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. So the Lord, when it's all said and done, the world is going to know who rules in the kingdom of men. All right, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. The Lord is going to destroy all the idols. Okay, it's not going to be no more idols. It's not going to be no erected statues. The big statue of all these statues of Cesare Borgia. They got all in the world, and these statues of these rulers of these heathens. I know that the Chinese got a big statue over there. I want to say there's some big ass statues in certain parts of Asia, like monument, like man, big ass statues. All right, of heathens. The Lord is going to destroy all of that. Okay, and like I said before, the main idol that Jake is going to 2/3 of our people are going to worship is that image of the beast. All right, that MOTB. Okay, and that's what they're going to eventually bow down to. Okay, this is Revelations 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, so that image of the beast is this whole new system that Esau is building up right now. All right, a cashless system, a digital system, a system or a the image of the LGBT and freedom of this and freedom of that, and all of these, just nothing but wickedness. It's a wicked image for our people, okay, for the world to follow, okay, for the world to bow down to, okay. And Esau is building that image up, building this, erecting this false god, this deity, not physically, but in your mind, in your mental, okay, getting you to think a certain way, getting you to act or react a certain way to certain things, all right, or not react, okay. So I'll finish the verse. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that's that image, all right. That's taking that excuse me, that actual mark inside of you, okay. That's the mark of the beast, all right. That you're gonna need to participate, all right, in this new system, okay. That's what you're gonna need to worship in this false idol of the mark of the beast, okay. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so yeah, man, Jake has always had a long history of idol worship. Okay, and the only ones that's going to come out of that is the elect. All right. So, Lord, within this lesson was edifying unto the elect, and I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash, Shalom.